Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today we are going to be kind of resurrecting an old Dead series I'd done in the past. I forgot to do it yet last year. I didn't forget. I didn't have time. I was way too busy to do it last year, so we're going to be kind of doing it again, which is where I'm going to be going through my top 10 most anticipated servants of the year. And by that, I mean servants on NA, servants releasing on NA in this year, 2025, of the Common Era. Now, normally what I would do for this is I would break down their history as to why they're interesting. And I'll still do that from memory, mostly. So, you know, we'll go through that. We'll take a look at who these people are. And kind of just like, I'll try and sell you on why I think that they're the most best characters you should be rolling for. Alright? So, I asked you guys yesterday to also do that. Did you do your homework? Did you guys do your homework? I told you to do your homework. I know I reminded you all also in chat earlier today to have done your homework. Bargist ate it. Uh-huh. Never heard that one before. I was absent. It's not an excuse. You should have asked a friend. I mean, you knew we had homework. It's on the schedule, but alright, it's on the syllabus. You didn't check your syllabus? Anyway, whatever. I'll let it go for the time being. So, let's just have the chat guess really quick. Chat. I have 10 servants I've picked. Who is my number 10 most anticipated servant of 2025? Can you guess? A lot of good units dropping this year. A lot of good people dropping this year. But I am a man of taste and culture. NA or JP? It's still NA. Summer Barg is number 1. Interesting. Perseus, not in the game yet. Nope, this is NA. 2025 NA. Draco is my number 10? Okay, interesting. As my number 10 out of my top 10. Interesting. Well, the answer. Not that. Why is this all the way up? What the fuck happened? There we go. So my number 10 of my top 10 most anticipated servants of 2025 is Kashin Koji. Kashin Koji is like weirdly a wizard that is historically attested to have existed at the time of Oda Nobunaga and would have assisted Oda Nobunaga in a couple of ways. I think Nobu wanted to hire them, but Koji was kind of really fucking weird about it. If I'm remembering correctly, I have a whole behind the servants on her. You should check him out. But Koji's interesting. Koji's cool. They never technically died. They were pulling a ska hawk.
Me but greater.
They just kind of vanished. They went into a painting and never returned.
Spider girl. Good you have a many foot fetish.
I don't have a many foot fetish. I have a spider girl fetish. Isn't she the one who walked into a... Yeah, she fucked off into a painting and then never returned. She got drunk with a bunch of people and bailed. Nobu friend? Not friend. Nobu acquaintance. She tricked Nobu at one point. Nobu wanted to buy a painting off of her, and Koji's like, yeah, sure, I'll sell it to you for a bunch of money. You gotta give me a bunch of money. And then Nobu's just like, sure, here's a bunch of money. And then Koji gave Nobu the painting, and then the figures in the painting were like, well, we're out of here, and they all just left. So it just became a blank canvas. And then Nobu was pissed, and Koji's just like, well, I sold you the painting. I gave you the painting. Why am I the bad guy now? But yes, Koji is... If we're going to break down, like, gameplay, this is very obviously not gameplay. I'm not ranking this by gameplay because I don't really care. I don't really roll for gameplay very often. It has to be a very, very broken unit for me to do that. But, you know, I don't often do it. But she is an AoE quick assassin. Who has her gimmick is this, right here. It is binding people. She lives and dies, more or less, by getting more damage against people who are bound, and being able to fire off her NP as much as possible to try and do that. She gets that 100% chance to bind at the max for one person. She does decent crit damage, has a little bit of party utility on her. Not the best, but a little bit.
That painting is akin to the money that as soon as you pay for it grows legs and walk back to you.
Yes. She's interesting. Her gameplay is not fantastic. She's not the best. She's not really good for traditional farming, but she does work fairly well in, like, some challenge content because of her gimmick of just being able to shut a motherfucker down. It's pretty solid. She is a permanent unit as well, so she is always in the gacha. But for me, my big, like, reason for rolling for her is fetishistic, because I'm a fucking freak like that. And that's because she is a spider girl. That's why I'm here. Also, she has one of the best voice performances in all of Fate, because it's the voice actress actually sounding like a robot.
Lore-wise, is she like the strongest assassin behind Tess and Gramps?
Lore-wise... Okay, lore-wise, if we're talking strictly FGO lore... First off...
Almost 2 years now.
Yeah, first off, Mock, thank you for the resub for 21 months. Welcome back. Glad to have you back. Yeah, if we're going to just talk strictly lore, she's probably up there with some of the bigger casters.
It's okay. Monster Girl are awesome.
I don't know, like, what's a spoiler with her and what isn't, like, what people, like, care to know. I mean, it's obvious she's a mechanical doll, but she's able to manipulate time and space, I guess is, like, a weird way to put it. She can kind of just do whatever the hell she wants. To the point where she has her Valentine's gift, for example, is she's made a body for the Master of Chaldea that we at any point in time can be put into to become functionally immortal. And we can character customize it to look like anything that we desire to look like. The trade-off being that we are then also a robotic doll. But she can do that. Which is weird. And kind of cool that she does it. But if she's like how she is in history, she and Merlin probably would get along really well, because they both seem like practitioners of my favorite kind of magic, which is troll magic, which is that they can just do whatever they want. They're unbound by the rules. They can just do what they want. And yeah, Koji's fantastic. She is even though she's ranked number 10, she is permanent, and so, like, you know, I'm not particularly, like, die-hard wanting to roll for her. I will. I want one copy at least. 2 to 120 her. And she's just so good. A strict saving plan, don't make me want to roll for... Dude, Koji's worth it. Koji is worth it. She's fantastic. I love her to death. She is... Also has one of the better designs releasing this year. This one in particular, her Ascension 2, is so cool. I love... It's like, it has, like, the Shakespearean collar, but also this really interesting samurai mechanical robe. And, yeah, she's awesome. My only complaint is that she doesn't have a Monster Girl true form, where she takes on, like... You'll see it when she releases her Noble Phantasm. She actually becomes a Spider Girl, a proper Spider Girl. And yeah, I love her. She's fantastic. It's a shame it's only under NP. That's what I'm saying. If they just released that as like a costume, its own standalone costume, I would go broke. It's awesome.
If you don't wanna roll a new permanent unit, remember we get a new star selector which includes her in October.
There you go. Perfect.
I want to fuck the Spidusi. I want to fuck the Spidusi.
That's nice. That's nice, Tammy. I wish we had a Spider Ushi Gozen in FGO. That would be cool too. More Spider Girls. For those of you who don't know, my Discord status in, Discord has been and always will be only one thing, and that is, what is it? Fucking, damn, it's not showing up. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure it's Spider Girl Enjoyer. Bro fucking forgot? Yeah. How often do you read your own thing? I never change it. Why would I know? But yeah, Koji's fantastic. I highly recommend that people roll for her. Even if she's not the strongest servant, she's certainly deserving of the love. Alright. Who's my number 9, chat? Who is my number 9 most anticipated servant of 2025? Can you guess? Melusine. Ooh. Tlaloc. Ooh. Tiamat. Summer Bob.
But is she worth 55 already have
Are they all 5 stars? No. I'm pretty sure there is at least one of each of the available rarities releasing this year on this list. Alright, my number 9, chat, is... Ash the Savior. I really like Ash. Ash is really nice. The Game Breaker, yeah. Shout out to that video I put out where she breaks my shit. She literally breaks all of my shit. I obviously have a deep affection for Ash. I love her design. Her Ascension 1 might be the best design dropping this entire year, which is amazing because goddamn, I don't know. This design makes me realize how few traditional witch girls we have in Chaldea. How lacking we are in traditional witch girls. Why aren't there any? Can you name any aside from like Liz?
But who are you rolling for? Isaac or Summer Morgan? Personally, I prefer the nerdy one.
I don't really look. I like Morgan. Morgan's cool. I want Ash. I want her. That's why she's on this Ascension. I want her. Eric's wife, not in FGO. Crane counts. I'll say Crane counts because she's got the vibe. Lohi counts now too. But she doesn't have a traditional witch design. Well, I guess that's not really fair. Her third Ascension is a real-world design, so what can I say? Cersei also doesn't have... I'm saying witch design. I want this design. I want big, stupid hat in goofy-ass robes with a staff and a book. I know we have witches, chat. I'm very aware of the witches in Chaldea. But I mean, I want the witch accoutrement. Know what I mean? Because if it wasn't obvious, chat, my own hat, my own big goofy hat, is directly inspired by hers. When I had this model commissioned about over a year ago now, one of my I used Ash as like a part of the reference, being like, can you like do like something like this for the hat, kind of, and the guy was like, yeah, absolutely. Her hat could be bigger. Her hat could be bigger, but that's all right. I think her hat is perfectly sized for her. The hats are nice. I like a big stupid wizard hat. Her hat isn't floppy enough though. Well, she's also like a more prim and proper, which is why that's a thing. It's a very, very how do I want to put this? It's a good hat. She's got a good hat. Me, I have a homeless man's hat, which is why it fits me so much, because I'm a homeless man. I want a traditional Merlin. But you see, Merlin traditionally doesn't have the wizard hat like this. Merlin has like the big tube. Merlin's got the big floppy tube hat. But yeah, Ashe is great. Great aesthetic, very powerful unit. She's a she's an AoE buster unit whose gimmick is that she works better the longer she's in the fight. She has a move that is, I believe has a massive cooldown and isn't able to be used until like 5 turns have gone by, but it has huge effects. Party-wide 50% NP gain, NP damage up, and guts for the party. She got that star gen, NP gen for the party, and then she also has the unique. She gives more and more attack with the weaker everybody is. Deal.
Oh wow, from Morgan Buster looping to Morgan Buster looping, lucky me.
Yeah. She's not easy to buster loop with, if I'm remembering right, though. She's kind of weird. Not impossible, but she is kind of weird. Yeah, she hits like a goddamn truck. And she's cool. I'm very much looking forward to her. I'm not going to do a full breakdown of the character. I just really like her. This is a very unique take on a saber face. I like that they took the saber face and they altered the design enough to where it could be a different character. This actually feels like an alternate universe Saber, as opposed to like Artoria Caster, who just feels like Saber, but like at a different point in her life. This feels like a proper alternate universe Saber, and I like it. The Lost Belt 6th Anniversary Summer Combo is a certified wallet killer. Oh my god, yeah. I still have not recovered from when this happened 2 years ago. I am going to die. Anyway, yeah, roll for her. She's great. And if you want to see her other ascensions, this one's okay. This one's much more standard Saber. It's alright. And then Summer Morgan is cute and all, but, you know. The Ascension one is it's just the best. It's just the best. Alright, fellas. Yeah, y'all had homework. Who's my number 3? Or rather, my number 8, chat. My number 8 most anticipated servant. Can we have a clue? It's a 5-star. 5-star Buster. That's your clue. Not the feat for free on Summer Morgan. I like saying 5-star Buster and people putting characters that are not Buster. I like that there was multiple people who put multiple servants that are not Buster. AoE or single target? I'm not I gave you the answer. She's red and I thought Buster. Well, the answer is Kukulkan. Good old Cuckoo. For what it's worth, chat, YouTube, this is your tomboyish girl failure nuclear reactor, Kukulkan. She got a really good personality, and the disgustingly overtuned kit. She pisses off Plushie for making his wife irrelevant. What more could you want? Yeah, her big gimmick. Pussy. Her big gimmick is that she's AoE Buster.
Cheeks, go PLPLPLPLPLPLP.
Her big
pussy. I'm a risk nuclear radiation for it.
Her big gimmick is that she is a... I swear to God. She spends critical stars to enhance all of her skills, while also being able to make critical stars to do that, just passively. And then her NP hits like a goddamn nuclear bomb, which should come to no surprise because, you know, look at her. I prefer her Ascension 1. Her Ascension 1 is peak. But after watching Birdie the Mighty, I have a huge appreciation for Ascension 2. I will not, out of respect for Lost Belt 7 spoilers, I will not be showing Ascensions 3 or 4. Even though you've probably seen them, but I will respect all of your guys' all of your spoiler freeness. So, if you were to roll for one servant this year, and only one servant, to, like, get, if you're doing it strictly for gameplay, Kukulkan is the one. She is to Buster what Ibuki is to Arts. She will sweep an entire row of people easily. She can be used in multiple different contexts. She can be used in a single target context if you really need her, just because her crits go fucking whoop. Really better than Summer Cass. You can bring Cuckoo to more things than you can bring Summer Cass. So yes. Which is why I am anticipating her more. Arrive, nuke target, leave. Except she doesn't leave. She arrives, nukes target, nukes target, nukes target, nukes target, maybe nukes target, and then leaves.
Thank you for not spoiling, especially since part 2 comes out in a week.
Yeah, if you want to spoil yourself, you can do that, but I'm going to respect people and not do that right now. Yeah, she is, very, very strong. Very strong unit, but also she's just really fun. She has such like a fun personality. Such a goofy character. I like her. I like her a lot. Pet your nuclear reactor on the hand and look like the ghoul from Fallout. Great girl. Adorable. I so badly want her. She comes out in like 2 weeks, I think, and I am not financially prepared for it. If you like Ketch, you will like her. Pretty much, yeah. Alright, chat. Number 7. Your hint. Single target. Quick. Who could it be for number 7? Single target, quick. Vargas's Arts. Medusa Saber. Medusa Saber. Medosi. Saberdusa. It's a lock. Saber Medusa. Bro, I can't. Quick Medusa. The old man is Buster. The old man is fucking solid raw Buster. Wow. I cannot believe that literally everybody is wrong. You guys should know this. You watch my JP streams. Who's my fucking favorite? Who's one of my favorite servants that nobody uses? It's Wandjina, yeah. It's my girl. I love her. She's single target? Oh, yeah. Nope, she's single target. She is... I thought she's AoE. I'm like 95% sure she's single target. Am I like stupid? No, yeah, she's single target. They'll be like, am I an idiot? Or my years of using her just like throwing me into a pit? Like, no, she is single target because she's a boss killer. Her NP looks like AoE. It's a lightning bolt, so yeah. I thought you put her higher. There's a lot of good servants this year, man. Don't forget that. Who is this? This is Wandjina. Now, Wandjina, I'm very kind of curious to see if there's a different reaction to her release on the NA side as opposed to how it was on the JP side. JP side didn't seem like very many people truly cared. It was mostly a lot of, like, foreigners, like myself, who were kind of nervous with this release because, you know, indigenous cultures and all that. And then, like, the culture doesn't want you to depict their deity, their ancient deity, in, like, without their permission. And then I looked deeper into it, and from what I understand, so long as you're not recreating the actual Wandjina, like, art, like the stuff that's on, like, the caves, and then making use of that or commercializing that, they're kind of indifferent to it. Some people probably care, but as a whole, I think that the tribe is kind of like, whatever. It boils down to if you're, like, taking the actual cave paintings. So, like, for example, if they were to have, like, her Bonsi be the cave paintings, that would be an issue. But, you know, it was a bunch of Twitter people pretending to care. It was a lot of people pretending to care. I mean, I made a video where I addressed that, but I actually do care. Hence why I'm still talking about it 2 years later. I'm actually still continually talking about it because I do care about issues like that because, you know, it's good to respect and preserve indigenous cultures because not very many of them are left and the Lord knows a lot of them are not respected. That is in fact a drop bear on her shoulder. You can tell because of the way that it is. Is Wandjina a gender bend? Not necessarily, because the Wandjina don't really have gender, from my understanding. What's a drop bear? It's like a koala but bigger, and what they do in Australia is they wait in the treetops for, like, either large animals or people to, like, walk under them, and then they drop down onto that person, and then they maul them because they have these big frickin' claws, and then they cut you open and start eating you. Assassin's Creed-ass animal? Oh, yeah. Most evil and deadly animal in Australia? No, that's the bunyip. Nature is wonderful, I know, right? Didn't you guys know about the carnivorous koalas? Yeah. I don't know what their actual, like, name is, but everyone just calls them drop bears. I've only ever known them as drop bears. They might have, like, an actual, like, proper name, like Koala Giganticus or something like that, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, Wandjina is a character who I love dearly. First off, I love her design. She has such a fun design. This one, too, is a really, really fun design. This one is really, really fun, too. I love the, like, the symbology of it. And then I remember a lot of people were very upset by this one, being like, they're just taking cultures and making it lewd. And I'm like, eh. Literally, well. Is she a child servant?
I hope Go takes more myth or folklore from other countries that aren't really discussed.
If I remember right, she's not a child servant. She is not. Okay. She could say the C word, but she won't. For the sake of me not getting demonetized, again, I'm not going to say that word again. But yeah, I love her. Single target quick. Her gimmick is really unique in that she gets stacks of, like, divine hatred or some shit. What are they called in this? Elemental Wrath. That's what it's called. She builds up Elemental Wrath based on if she gets hit or her allies get hit on top of her, like, on her skills. And then those stack onto her NP up to 10, and then can deal up to another, like, 100% damage. So it can functionally double the damage of her NP. She just pops the fuck off. Also anti-threat to humanity, because why not? And ignore invincible. And NP damage up with overcharge. Is that the overcharge one? Yes, that's the overcharge one. NP damage up. She can explode dudes. She's a goddamn monster when it comes to, like, making people pop. And I love her. She's really, really fun to use. Very unique servant, and I'm looking forward to using her on NA. This is another one where if I get 2 copies, I'm definitely going to take her to 100.
So she is just a Aussie.
Yes, this is your average Australian. Yeah, I will probably end up taking her to 100 at minimum, and possibly 120. Is she good against Keranos? Probably, actually, yeah. With the extra stacks of anti-threat to humanity from Castoria in that fight, yeah, she probably goes crazy. Getting the event that's at the QVB in Sydney, hell yeah. Alright, chat. Number 6. Who's my number 6? Oh, also, she's canonically the oldest servant in Chaldea. She is the oldest servant in Chaldea, with, if I'm remembering right, she has...
the average Australian beyond human comprehension.
She has, like, 70,000 years over everybody else. I thought Parvati is the oldest. If we're going to talk, like, historically, when they first show up in history, Wandjina is the oldest. Because if I'm remembering right, there's some depictions that have been traced back to, like, 70,000 years ago. She's ancient. This ain't your grandpappy's old god. This is the real deal shit. And she's awesome, and I love her. Anyway. Yeah. It's an AoE arts unit. Who is my AoE arts unit, chat? For number 6. I saw a lot of people saying Pope. Doesn't look a year over 1,000. Tez, Bargist, Melu, Tolmi. Some are Melu or Tez. Do you know how little that boils it down? I know, right? There's a lot of those dropping this year. Tez or Pope or Melu. Bargist got to be higher. Woo. The answer is... Tezcat. My dude. I'm just going to keep him on Ascension 1 because it's my favorite one. I love Tez. Tez is so cool. He's just a freak in the best way possible. His Ascension 1 has grown on me so much. So is his final Ascension. He is dripped to the goddamn nines. I don't really care for his Ascension 2, but I also do like his Ascension 3. Which I will, for spoiler reasons, I will not show. I don't think he is like Cuckoo where it's like story locked. But I'm just going to keep it as this for now, just for posterity's sake. I absolutely despise his ass in the story. I'm not too terribly far into the story of Lost Belt 7 yet. If you want to know how far I am, I'm just going to say one word, and that's corn. My word is corn. And so far, I don't hate him. He just reminds me of like Satan. You know, I don't like his art style personally. That's fair. MF is nowhere near done. No. But yeah, I like him. So far, I like him. He's kind of goofy. He is an AoE arts unit who acts as like a pseudo-support, pseudo-DPS. He's got that charisma. He buffs people with guts for an additional 20%. He has the 50% charge for self, a 30% charge for the party, and gives himself invincible. And then immunity versus buff invincible on party. So they can't get invincible again one time for the next 3 turns. And then he also turns off the goddamn sun. But yeah, AoE, arts, ignore invincible, big NP damage, party-wide NP charge. So where you're going to mostly see him is you're going to see him pop in every now and then with, like, a lot of weird comps for, like, challenge content. So, for example, hold on.
I get it now. You like him because he is anti-Aussie.
You got me, yeah. Yeah, well, multi-core, but also challenge content. This dude is amazing in, like, a Nero Fest situation, just because of this skill alone. Because your Nero Fest, or, you know, Lotto-adjacent CEs, always have a Guts on them, so getting the extra attack off is huge, and he also has, like, a lot of team utility in his kit as well to keep the team alive. He can also dish out a decent amount of damage to make him not just, like, a support and then dead weight. He is really cool, and I think he's really neat, and I like his glasses and his weird gun axe thing. And to answer the question on who you've missed so far, because now we're at the halfway point, number 10 was Kashin Koji, followed by Ask the Savior as our number 9, Kukulkan for our number 8, Wandjina for our number 7, and Tezcat for our number 6. So, chat, who is number 5? Your hint. Single target. Buster. Isn't this so fucked up? Isn't it so fucked up that you can say "told me" for the last one and this one at the same time, and it still functions the same? Theseus's arts, actually. And Castoria's arts, too. Not too familiar with the upcoming Servants kits? No worries. Sniper Girl. Theseus comes next year. No, Theseus is this year. Theseus is this year, because he drops with the Ptolemaeus event. Isn't that crazy to think about? That's this year? I said this like yesterday. Ptolemaeus releases this year. That feels like that shit just happened. That shit feels like it just happened. Anyway, Bima is single target. I can't believe you got it right. It's Sugitani. Yeah, Sugitani is one of my favorite characters to release in recent years in FGO. I don't really know why I like her so much, but I do. Yeah, she's a 3-star. I have her grailed to 100 on JP, and she is amazing.
The older you get, the more time starts to blend together.
Yes, and they did buff her NP recently, but even before that, she hits really, really hard. Yeah, Sugitani is really cool. Her gimmick is that she is an actual sniper. And by that, I mean that her entire kit, you pop her kit and then you wait.
I also like her. I would try maybe making a team with Mama Onobu.
Oh my god. Is you pop all of her shit and then you make her wait. And as she waits, her kit gets better. So for instance, this is just a raw 50% crit up for 3 turns. Here we go. This makes her crit go up.
Sniping's a good job, mate.
Every single turn, one time, for one time crit up 50%, 5 turns. And this resets every single turn. And she keeps getting stars to do it. And then this one, she gets her buff up. It gives her 50% buff to self. So buff success rate on self and all that is because her NP has a bunch of chance-based stuff at a base of 70%. And you want all of these to pop. You want all of these to pop. And you can make that happen. Wait, what the fuck? Which one is the buffed one? No, look at that one. We need to look at we need to look at this one. How are these different? Just more damage, more consistency. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then she removes her buff success rate up with her current one. He lives as an evade giver. I mean, she just sits, she does crazy good crit damage, and then can pop a dude in the mouth after a couple of turns. Yeah. Also, she has a very strong evade. A 3x 3 turns evade. To, you know, help keep her alive and keep her hidden in the trees. And I believe she's got a passive to help her, right? Yeah, just raw, more crit damage. And anti-archer so she can kill Nobunaga. She is, but will she like... No, she hates Nobu. She hates Nobu. Also, yeah, gun monk. Military monk. What a cutie. Yeah, pretty simple character. I definitely recommend that you grail her, just because you can help her damage output a little bit more with that. But she is so good. Such a solid unit. Really fun unit to use. And, you know, low rarity. We need more low rarity characters released in FGO. Also, yeah, side boob. Alright, chat. Number 4 is AoE Arts. Told Pope. Why hate Nobu? Besto waifu. If Nobu did to me what Nobu did to Sugitani, I would also hate Nobu. Melu Durga. Old Man of the Library. Summer Bargy. She's being dramatic. I don't think she is. Look, when you're a heroic spirit, and the shit that somebody does to you gets translated over to your spirit body with this shit, the fact that the artist included this is crazy. Because you know that makes people ask questions and be like, man, why did she have that? And then they look it up and they're like, again, how little that narrows it down, right? Well, the answer, chat, is... Da Pope. Da Pope. Let me put it on the right one. Ooh, I like that one. I kind of like that one. This one's also really good. I like the owl. Look at that smile. $1 million smile. I didn't know you liked her so much. So, Trom did a lot to make me appreciate her more. And I never really took a deep look into her kit because I've never had her before, right? And then I looked at what she actually does with her kit, and then I'm like, okay, I already really liked you from Trom. And then I saw what she did, and I'm just like, whoa. She is an AoE arts unit, except you really don't care that much about her NP. She's a ruler, and what she does is really, really interesting. Is she better than... Yes, she is a very, very powerful unit. I think that maybe, like, she's a little bit more niche. She's a little bit more niche than who I'm going to compare her to. But I would say she is to Castoria what Koyan of Light is to Merlin. Because they functionally fill the same role, with the exception that she doesn't farm, necessarily. Now, farming is the big thing that Koyan is used for. What the fuck did you just say? Okay, let me explain that a little bit better. So, when you're looking just at raw support characters, right? If you need a short-term, high-burst damage buster support character, you pick Koyanskaya of Light, right? Her entire kit is focused on having 3 really, really good turns. And then after that, she drops off really, really hard. She can still hold her own to a degree, but after those first 3 turns, she's just kind of like, alright. Back it up, right? But if you need like a longer term buster unit, if you want to use if you're going to have a longer fight and need a buster support, you don't pick Koyan, usually, if you have the option. You'll instead pick Merlin, because Merlin has that AoE invincibility, he's got a lot of heals, and he can still put out a lot of really good buffs for your units to keep their damage consistently going. He can keep a buster unit alive and thriving. Castoria fills that same niche as Merlin, except Castoria is also more focused on farming, but if you're just like, you know, doing boss content, for instance, you can have your Castoria like help you stay alive and like keep characters to keep spamming their NP. Where the Pope functions into that is that her kit increases Arts Burst output substantially for 3 turns, and then after that her usability kind of falls off. So I think that she is a viable option to slot in over a double Castoria if you're using Arts Crits units. I think that she can function pretty well in that role. My Castoria is Bond 14 too, so, I mean, I don't recommend bringing Johanna for farming. She's definitely not a farming support. She is here to help you, like, for instance, Saito. Saito is a perfect character to use with Johanna, because Saito benefits incredibly from what she can do. I have Cass and Femlin already. Those don't increase your arts crit output substantially. Being able to give one person in your party, for just their art star weight up, the Lancelot Knight of Owner, goddamn 5,000%, a Berserker modifier, and then increase that damage for 3 turns by 100%. And then continues to make stars every turn. How many arts critters do we have? A lot. A lot. There's a lot of good characters that you can use with Johanna. It's just if you only care about how much can I loop, you won't get much out of her. And sure, you know, it sounds like she's good for boss killing. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is if you need, like, a character who is just going to go in, pump in a lot of damage for one dude, and then have that one dude, like, after that short term be done, perfect unit. And I love her for that. And yeah, then her NP is, it's alright. It does have a one-time buff block, which is also, like, leans in really hard into the, being a good, like, anti-boss unit, because, you know, prevent them from getting their buffs. Interesting passives. Yeah, they're okay. And also, she's got the Helena battery with a charisma on it. And then also arts buffs and, you know, anti-debuff shit. So she pairs with Lady A. I think that she can be slotted in with pretty much any other, like, survival bust or art support and make it work. Plus she comes with the Crimhild CE. Yeah, she's good. She's good. I like her a lot. She's my number 4. She's a very, very interesting unit, and I'm very excited to definitely roll for her in February. She's on my list. A worthy unit. But, you know, if all you care about is just, like, loot farming, you can skip her, but I think she's a cutie, and I love her to death, so I will be rolling for her. Got better than me, and I looked up Sugitani's death, and I say I hit the hate is 100% valid. Yeah, don't look that up. Instead, go look up my video, Behind the Servants, Sugitani Zenjubou, where I go into detail about what the fuck happened and why. Yeah. More variations in unit kits is always good. I mean, that too is like it's a very different kind of kit. We don't see this shit very often. So, you know. She shamed Nobu? If that's all you have to say, is that, well, she brought shame to her, it's just like, well... I mean, she could have killed her. Anyway. Chat, who is my number 3? It is an AoE Buster. Tomi times 7. Talak, Ash, Tiamat, A, Cuckoo. I swear if I hear AoE arts again, I'm swinging. Let me check. You're in luck. There's no more AoE arts units that that are on this list. Ash, Tiamat. I mean, yeah, yeah. There she is. It's the girl. I have a figure of her, by the way. I have a figure of this exact Tiamat over on my shelf. Yeah, she's baby. I love her. Okay, she's baby in this ascension, but I don't know what the mystery drink is, but I like her A2. Her A2 is very, very good, too. All of her ascensions are good. I like the big poofy hair. My only complaint with this is that the horns are a little bit too disruptive, and if you don't know what I mean by that, well, you'll find out. I keep it like this.
Milf Mommy, I hope it has her cream.
What a thing to say. Yeah, Tiamat is an AoE Buster alter ego in a character, I would argue, is a boss character that retained being a boss character into her servant implementation. Her kit is still built like she is a boss character, and it's fantastic. Which is to say that she has, first of all, she has a passive, which is just every single turn, just gives her 5% NP on demand. Every single turn. Which is paired very nicely with her second skill, which is a 2-turn cooldown. It's a 2-turn cooldown, 10% party-wide NP up. And then also 20% NP damage for 1 turn, every other turn. It's cool. And then her other skill is this is a Buster Up, which stuns the enemy, 60% chance, 30% Buster Up, attack up for 30% as well, and then gives everybody a curse. This is her big damage modifier, helps her pop off, and then this is just a huge debuff, but gives her 50% battery. 100% crit rate down for all enemies for 1 turn. It's pretty good, and then they can't heal. It's not heal reduction down, it's that they cannot heal for 1 turn. 6-turn cooldown. And then her NP is a giant laser where she says, "Don't forget your bento," and then fucking shoots you. With skill seal on it, which is kind of nice. And then a buster applied to herself with overcharge for 3 turns. Which means that she ramps insanely well if you're farming with her. Because it's by the 3rd time she has the 60%, and then if you have a buster chain at the end, she can finish it off with extra 90%, which is so good. Also, her bond CE is, if you need to think about characters who you're going to give the grand title to, this is a good one because it just gives her this. So she gets 5%. The whole party gets 5% bond or 5% NP at every single turn, which means every turn she gets 10% NP. every single turn. With that Bond CE. With the Grand Servant thing they're implementing, that's just a passive. She just is always getting NP back. She's a phenomenal unit. Also, she's so cute. If they made her a Zerk, she might be the best unit in the entire game. Which, yeah, they had to alter ego her for that. But, you know, I mean, even as an alter ego, this niche comes up fairly often. Can the extra classes even get... Not traditionally, but with the new system they're implementing, yes. If they made her a beast, she's probably going to be the strongest. I mean, yeah. Grand Servant effect is different between servants. No, it's the Grand Servant thing. To fill it in, there'll be that video will be dropping before this one, so people already kind of know this. Hopefully, is that they get to equip their Bond CEs as a passive. It's a second CE slot to equip their Bond CEs too. So if you have her at Bond 10 and you have that, she just every turn will passively get 10% NP. Because why not? Why the fuck not? So basically, your suggestion on how to fix the Bond CE? Exactly. Again, I've been saying that for years. That's how you fix the Bond CEs. You don't need to make any major overhauls for them. All you have to do is make them equipable. It's literally that easy. Oh yeah, it's Aoyuki. It's Aoyuki, who is a legendary voice actress. So you know. Yeah, pretty good. I am going to lose all of my money to her. It's so fucked up that, like, Draco and her are, like, right next to Summer, aren't they? Isn't this, like, in April, and then you have, like, 2 months to recover your funds, and then if you don't have money by then, you're gonna go for broke and lose everything because Lost Belt 6 Summer is next. It's crazy. Anyway. Yes, Aoyuki is the one who looks like the child on the motorcycle in that pic. That is correct. So here's what I'm thinking with that, Luke. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to test it out with just the Grand Servants. See how people react to it, and then maybe advance the Grand thing to something more, and make that a more general passive. I could see this being like them playing around with it before releasing it. Playtesting, if you will. Anyway, number 2. Who is our number 2 servant? Your hint. This is actually a hint for the next 2. Single target. Arts. Tolme. Draco, Zerktoria, Draco. So Draco and Cass. Wish they would update a lot of Bond CEs that they made back in the day because most suck sans Herc. It's a pretty mixed bag, actually. Like, a character, an early character who has a really slept on Bond CE, for instance, is Hans, who just has buff success rate on his Bond CE. So him being able to equip buff success rate, which then makes all of the buffs on his NP land, always, is awesome. And if he's level 100 too, that makes him a really, really solid budget support. There's a lot of, like, interesting ones. I think Saber Giles has a weird one too that's actually really strong. Anyway, we'll look into that later. For now, the answer is my number 2 most anticipated servant for 2025 is Evil Tempura. My fucked up Evil Tempura. Nobody's grilling Hans to a 100. You are so wrong, it's not even funny. That is such a wrong statement. The amount of level 100 Hanses that are out there is ridiculous.
May you all get rainbow orbs during her
No,
ban.
I don't want rainbow orbs. The start of this year is not being kind to you, Klidge. What do you mean? Cuckoo, Tiamat, Draco all in a row? Yeah, right. No, this year is a murder on a whale's budget. Because everything that's dropping this year, with only a couple of exceptions, are really strong. Yeah. Pretty good unit. Of course, we have the young Antichrist. What a baby. What a cutie. Her gimmick is that she's a beast. And by that, I mean that she does 1.5 damage against the entire, like, original 7 classes, with the exception of Berserkers, where she does 2 times damage to them. Meaning, she is maybe a new player's best friend. If you are watching this video, you've watched this far, and you are, like, still in the early stages of FGO, and maybe you've just started, or maybe you're considering starting, and you somehow showed up on your feet, like, I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about, but I like his funny magic words that he's spewing out of his goddamn gob. This character right here, if you ever think about starting the game, this is the one to pick. Because if you're just playing through Part 1 and Part 1.5, she is easily the best character in the game. It's not even a question. It's not even a question. She is the best character in the game for a brand new player. Because she just deals with the entirety of the, not the Lost Belts, of the Singularities, and the vast majority of the Epic of Remnant solo. There's a couple of fights where you're going to need to bring other things, you know? Like, I mean, you know, the ruler fight in Orleans, for instance, is kind of weird, but for the most part, it's just like, yeah, she's just gonna run through them. And, like, you can bring Berserkers, too, but I mean, like, you know, Berserkers are squishy. She is not. Look at how not squishy she is. And, yeah, her major gimmick is that she just is able to fire off her NP pretty consistently. Wait, ruler in Orleans? Yeah, remember when Joan of Arc Alter was a ruler, not an Avenger? Yeah, she just pops off. Word to the wise, always make sure you pop skill 2 before skill 3, otherwise skill 3 does not do fucking anything. And the 7 buffs you get from this are so good. Yeah, she is just a disgustingly powerful unit all around. But also, she's an evil tempura. Why would you not roll for the evil tempura? Look at her. It's Satan. She is one of the most unique. So thick honorable mention section. Yes, there is an honorable mention section, though I didn't pull it up. We'll be doing that after the rank 1, though. Unless I want... No, I don't think so. I'm going to skip that one. Also, she can become mommy. I like the mommy one. I like this. Evil mommy Nero is cool and all. I love the tempura design because of how simple it is. I like the fucked up evil Gaki Nero. I don't like kids or horns. More for you. Sure. You either go A1 or A3. If you use A2, the FBI wants your location. I don't want to say anything about that in particular, other than the fact that this event, the event where she drops uses a lot of A2. The animation, oh my god, her animations are so good, dude. They're so clean. If you like watching things turn on fire and dragons eating shit, you're gonna love her. Her Ascension 1 has an amazing attack animation, which is where she just has a tempura tail beam, where she just looks at you, her tail grows really big, and it shoots a laser at you that, like, crits you for 1,000,000 damage. It's great. Anyway, chat. Yeah, no, her gimmicks are all really, really good. Chat, who is my most anticipated servant of 2025? Do you know, chat? How well do you know me, chat? It is
Big Duck.
Oh, y'all don't know. You guys actually don't know. Nobody has said it. No one has said the right one. Everybody's wrong. Damn. My most anticipated servant of 2025 chat.
Gareth.
Is Locusta. I adore Locusta. Damn, Tolme sure got small. Tolme's on my honorable mentions. Both Tolme, Summer Bargist, and fucking the old man, Shinpachi. Is it Shin? It's Shinpachi. Or Shinpachi the Bleach guy. I always either say it's Shinpachi or Kenpachi. Which one is the guy from Bleach? I'm pretty sure it's Nagakura Shinpachi. Whatever. Nagakura. Ryan Gosling. Shinpachi is from FGO. I can just do this. It is Shinpachi.
Index underscore pointing underscore at underscore the underscore viewer. Borpist.
Kenpachi is from Bleach. Got it. Yeah,
Your wife abandoned to honorable mention dishonor on you.
Look.
Dishonor on your family. Dishonor on your car. I curse you to not get wife.
Look, I love Summer Bargist. I really do. Don't get me wrong. Summer Bargist is a character I am very much looking forward to. My thing with Summer Bargist, though, is that while I like her design, I have one major complaint with Summer Bargist. And that is that we don't actually get her goddamn swimsuit.
Add Ager Fs to the curse.
We don't get Summer Bargist swimsuit. It's not real. As soon as that becomes available, she's on this list. But as it stands, we don't get it. We get her little, like, Boy Scout uniform, her maid outfit, which is very good, that shows off her massive cock. P-Lip disagrees. But Maidwife, I love Bargist. I'm so shocked nobody's used the Bargist emote that I have of Summer Bargist in this chat yet, because it's so fitting for this situation. Y'all have actually disappointed me. All three Ascensions are very good, but my most anticipated servant is Locusta, and it's purely based on not just, like, physical design, even though I do love her design, right? She has a great, like, actual design. I truly believe she has the most interesting gameplay of the entire year. She has the most unique kit this year.
Now we need to put her next to a giraffe.
She has the most unique and different kit this entire year, and also I love her personality. Locusta is being added to the wife category. I'm muting that. Sorry. Yeah. I truly believe that she's being added to the wife list. I'm adding her to the wife list, even though she will not love me back because she's in love with Nero too much. I'm shocked that the soy-chugging dragon didn't make it. Look, I like Melusine. Melusine Summer is just okay. She is the Nasu gender bend. Well, let me tell you what she does, shall I? First of all, amazing ascensions. Again, traditional witch. We need more of this. Also this, fantastic. This, ooh, I love her. Yeah. Her whole gimmick is that she poisons other people, she poisons herself, and then she becomes functionally immortal because she heals off of how much she has been poisoned. The more that she poisons somebody, the more damage she hits them with her NP, and so she's in this constant state of throwing out poison debuffs onto people over and over again. She can loop her NP relatively easily and just continue to stack toxic poison on them. So is she like any masochist? No, she's not a masochist. She's the opposite. She's a practitioner. So what makes her unique is that her second skill is a guts, which helps to keep her alive. She is able to convert times that she is poisoned into HP, making her functionally immortal because she has this. Is it this one? Yeah. She poisons herself with this for 1,000 every turn. Which, that doesn't seem like a lot. It's okay. Or poisons herself with a 5,000 one time, or 1,000 one time 5 turns. I can't talk. But in certain contexts, like, you know, against certain bosses, she can just straight up poison people to death. She is a very, very rare instance of a dots unit actually making the dots work, and nobody remembers that she exists. She has a caster deck, quick arts, buster, and then a arts, single target, NP, nuke. And if you're going to be doing any rolling for, you know, Draco, Locusta is going to be there, guaranteed. She can do a funny solo against Batman in Lost Spell 7. I believe that. I got Draco and didn't get Locusta on JP. I thought you said you didn't play JP, Tig. Yeah, if you bring her against a boss whose gimmick is poison, or who does poisoning shit, she just laughs at them, and then she does become functionally immortal. She is so much fun to use. Do I think that she's the best unit on this list? Absolutely not. Again, best unit on this list, Cuckoo. Hands down, Cuckoo is the best. But she is the one who I am the most excited for this year. This is another one that I am probably going to end up taking to at minimum 100 and possibly 120 in the future. She is that much worth it. Yeah, I love her. She is so much fun. So, chat, YouTube, you tell me, who are your most anticipated servants for the year 2025? This doesn't have to be anything that doesn't have to be strictly gameplay, doesn't have to be strictly, you know, anything other than who you yourself are most looking forward to. This is all very, very opinion-based. This is not a tier list. If you take anything that I've said right now and you convert it into your brain as being like, this motherfucker just said that Locusta is a better single-target arts unit than both Barghest and Summer Castoria, you're out of your goddamn mind, because I did not say that. But yeah, she's a very, very, very fun unit, regardless of that. Also, cute design. But, you know, you guys, YouTube and Twitch or otherwise, let me know down in the comments. Tell me, who you are most looking forward to. Give me your top 10. I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to read through them. So, for now, though, for those of you on YouTube, I will catch you all later. Thanks for hanging out. Come check us out over on twitch.tv/klidge radio. It is linked down below. For now, though, keep your chin up, lads. Peace out. Bye-bye.